Hi everyone, it's me, Crystal. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If not, welcome for the very first time to my little art corner here on YouTube. We are continuing with Inktober. Today is day 26. Got less than a week left. Hallelujah. Today's prompt is darkness. When I saw this prompt, I immediately wanted to do an anglerfish, and that is exactly what I'm doing. I start with using a 4x6 piece of Strathmore mixed media paper in blue. For this one, I did the sketch using a General's Pastel chalk pencil in white. And now that I have my very rudimentary sketch in, I am going in with black ink. It is the Sennelier Abstract Acrylic ink in carbon black. I originally was applying the ink using my water brush pen that I've been using. It is just a Grand Dash one. I decided that because I'm applying so much black that I would switch over to a regular paintbrush. The paintbrush I'm using is a Silver Silk 88 flat shader brush in size 4. I am just dipping it into some ink and using an old McDonald's cup full of water to dilute the ink a little bit and to help it move further. Since the prompt for this one is darkness, I wanted to make the main color just be very black and then do some highlights to insinuate some bioluminescence from this anglerfish here. At this point, I am leaving some gray areas of paper showing through, and that is more so I have a guide for where I'm going to be adding white later. A large chunk of this process is pretty ugly, and you cannot tell at all what I'm doing with it. It just looks like dark blobs. It looks better when I add the white later, I promise. It's still not beautiful, because, I mean, it's an anglerfish. They kind of have faces only a mother could love. And I've kind of always wanted to draw one because they're very interesting looking. I've always wanted to draw an anglerfish, and I want to do one of those shrimp that sees a bunch of colors. I think it's called a mantis shrimp? Yes, it's called a mantis shrimp. I need to do that at some point when I am not using ink because I need to pull in all the colors ever made to draw that thing. Now back to the drawing at hand. At this point I am pulling in the Uni Posca Pen to get some of my white lines down, at least the initial white lines. And I also start pulling in a white gel pen to do some bubbles in the background and to do some finer detailing on the fish itself. I'm trying to touch areas that the ink that I have laid down is already dry at. And I also jump to other areas to add more of that black ink to the background. I am very much a jumper when I create. I go from area to area. It's like I notice different things at certain times and then get distracted really easily. The advantage of working this way is that you can work on certain sections that are already dry and allow the other sections you just did to dry while you're still working on the piece. Instead of going, oh wait, I have to let the whole thing dry, and walking away or just doing what I normally do and use a hairdryer. For these kind of things, a hairdryer is necessary for my sanity. I do almost wish that I had a glow-in-the-dark ink because that would have been really cool for this one. That might be a plan for a larger piece a different time. Now I start pulling in a black Kuretake marker. This is just to help further define certain areas and to add darker black. You could always do something like this with chalk pastel too. The only reason I'm doing this kind of project using ink and markers is because it's Inktober. This would look super sweet using pastels for the full thing because it would give it a more ghostly looking quality. I'm still using that black marker, going in between the teeth to define them more. and just changing some of the white shapes I already have laid in by going in with that black marker. Pretty soon here I am going to start going in very heavily with the white gel pen. I use a lot of stippling in this piece to help break up the darkness that I have going on, and to B, just add more texture. Stippling can give the illusion of some kind of scales going on. This drawing is the reverse of what a normal ink drawing typically is, where you start with white and then you go in with the black. I am working in a reverse fashion. I'm starting with the dark and then going into the light. The process is pretty much the same though. Just doing a lot of lines, the color is just different. That's it. Pretty easy. Pretty simple. And this project was one of those ones where it just came really easily, didn't stress out about it too much, and just had fun, laid back, relaxed, enjoyed the creative ride. I think sometimes as artists we forget to have fun making stuff. We get too caught up on what we're doing wrong and how to fix it, that we forget about why we do it in the first place. I don't know about you, but I do it because I like it, and I find it to be fun, usually. In doing Inktober and doing a lot of these smaller pieces like this, there have been a couple that have been fairly stressful for me, but for the most part, it's just been fun. I've enjoyed being able to do different things that I normally wouldn't do. I've wanted to draw an anglerfish for a long time, but I never did, and today I went, screw it, I'm doing it. I added quite a few bubbles and dots to the background. Once again, that's just to help break up the solid black that I have going on. I think if I wouldn't have those, that it would just be way too heavy in certain areas. Having the bubbles helps brighten it up slightly. And I just like the texture. At this point in the drawing, I'm just going back and forth with the white gel pen, the white Posca pen, and getting some of the final details in. This drawing is almost over, which means this video is almost over. So if you liked this video, please hit that like button. If you have any comments, questions, feelings, concerns, you want to let me know what you did today for Inktober, how far you made it into Inktober, what supplies you've been using, what challenges you've been coming up to, let me know in that comment section down below. I look forward to hearing from you. If you want to see more videos like this, please feel free to subscribe. I do want to take this moment to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day or night to watch this video and listen to me ramble about art stuff. I do really appreciate it. I look forward to hearing from you guys soon, and you will definitely be hearing from me soon. Bye, everybody! Bye, Dr. Nick!